My name is Ted. I hope you're doing well today. Today I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try doing this video more soft-spoken. I started off preferring whispering, but recently I've been more into more soft-spoken videos. So I'm hoping that this video will also just sound very nice and calming, while also still being a little chaotic, because today we're going to be doing Am I the A-hole on Reddit. And I thought this was kind of like a fun one to do on Reddit, or like kind of like mix together for like my first soft-spoken video. Especially since it might be a lot of talking, but yeah, I'm really excited to see like what I literally opened up AITA. Right. First thing that comes up is AITA for looking at my friend's vagina. Why are we starting off so strong? We didn't have to do all that. Like, we really didn't, but we did. Wow. I don't know if I want to start off so strong. Actually, I haven't found like a full story of what I want to start with, but when I saw the one, I was like, I just searched it up. That was the second one to pop up. The first one's like, oh my god. I don't want it like too chaotic, because obviously I want it to be relaxing, but I need it to be like interesting. Oh, okay. Beautiful. Right, so these are the most like recent ones. Let's see how interesting they are. Let's see what advice we have to give these people. And yeah, I guess that's what it is. Also, I hope I'm not doing too much with the tapping. What else? I feel like, I don't know. I feel like these nails are so cute. I just want to show them off. I love a good nail moment. So, sorry, I just needed a minute to show that off, especially since I'm going to be talking most of the time. Alright, so this first one is, am I the a-hole for using my friend's stuff without asking, even though I thought it was okay? Alright. To start off, I'll acknowledge that I'm probably in the wrong here, but I'd like some opinions. Stayed with a good friend this past week, and everything was great. We had fun, studied together, overall had a good time. This morning, I woke up with super oily hair. I had an 8 a.m. exam and didn't want to wake her, so I used a small amount of her conditioner. After my exam, I came back exhausted and immediately fell asleep, completely forgetting to tell her. Later for lunch, I helped myself to one of her cans of iced tea. The last time I had one, I asked her first. She said it was fine, so I assumed that it was okay. In hindsight, I realized I should have asked again. After I got home, she asked me if I made it back safely. I said yes, thought I was it. She asked if I had used her conditioner. I told her the truth, explained the situation, and apologized. She was understandably upset and also brought up the iced tea. Then should I apologize again and explain above, but later edited my response to have a plain apology and offered to make it up for her, but she hasn't responded since. I do feel responsible, but a part of me also feels like she might be taking it further than necessary. Well, my question is, how much of the conditioner did you use for her to notice right away? I think that's pretty interesting. Yeah, but it's not like friendship ending. It is a bit, but definitely the iced tea you should ask. But I don't think, again, I don't think it's like, I mean, I'm assuming this is also OP's like first time like interacting with it, or like just having that kind of thing happen with a friend. So I mean, be one thing feels the pattern, but I don't know. I wouldn't say you're the a-hole. I would say you're like maybe like, I don't know, like the b-hole. Like it's not like that bad. But oh, okay. Let's see more from today. What? one is wild. Okay. Am I the a-hole for telling people my wife is an ex-prostitute when she actually wasn't? Background: my wife is religious and was a virgin when we started dating. I am not religious at all and don't care if a woman is virgin or had sex with thousands of people. Despite these differences, we have a lot of other things in common. My wife goes to a church and serves on the church committee, and there's a guy that also serves on the committee who I'll call Dennis, who has a crush on her. Apparently, a lot of the other churchgoers are very gossipy, and some of them let Dennis know that my wife is married to an unbeliever, me, and also let him know that she was a virgin when she married me. I think this led to Dennis' infatuation. According to my wife, he's one of those guys that heavily fetishizes pure women with low body counts. Dennis has been stronger and stronger and wanted advances on my wife, encouraging her to her marriage despite telling him to stop and that she's not interested. She eventually asked me to speak to him at an upcoming church picnic. Normally I don't go to her church picnics or other church events, but I agreed to resolve the issue. Rather than confront him directly, I came up with a more clever plan. Deliberately got into conversation with some of the church ladies that I knew for my wife were huge gossips friends of Dennis. During the convo with the gossips, I made a point of accidentally letting me slip that I was proud of my wife for turning her life around and coming such a long way since I met her. When they asked what I meant, I told them that when I had met my wife, she had been a prostitute with a drug problem, and that I had helped her turn her life around and get clean. Her story about saving herself from marriage had been an elaborate lie. Even though none of this was true, I told them this because I was confident this information would get back to Dennis and he would no longer fetishize her, and also that no one would disbelieve my story because most people would never lie about something like this. A few weeks later, my wife came to me extremely upset that she had been treated differently by her church friends ever since the picnic. She had finally found that somebody now thought she was an ex-addict and ex-prostitute, and the reason why they thought that was because I had said so. I admitted that this was true and that she became furious, exploded with extreme anger. I told her only did this to help her. Asked her if Dennis was still coming on to her. She never answered my questions, but went on about how he ruined her reputation for life and even left and went to sleep at her parents' house and hasn't really come back. We have spoken a few times on the phone since there was constantly calls me a moron and a-hole. Okay, you are the a-hole for doing this for sure. This is a crazy plan, and I don't know why you didn't think about how that would affect your wife. That's wild. But I question why your wife didn't do more to set that boundary with him and also the other church goers. I feel if it's already like an issue that you're a non-believer, then like that's a conversation your wife should have with you. And also like if she doesn't want to marry a non-believer, like she can't change you, you know. So you are absolutely the a-hole for this, absolutely. But I do think there's also a separate conversation that needs to be had. But that's my belief. And then let me see what the comments have to say. The first one just says, please tell me this is a joke. Obviously, you're the a-hole. Karma farming, rage baiting, BS. Yeah. Why did he humiliate the wife? Yeah, he didn't even talk to Dennis either. Being like, back off from my wife. Which he should have done. Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Ooh, okay. This one already has 1.7 thousand votes. But it was only posted 15 hours ago, so this one must be a repost sub, not the original. Alright, this one must be a crazy story. Alright. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to pay for a huge dinner? Some backstory: I'm pretty successful, especially in comparison to my family. I also travel quite a bit for work. When I do come to town, I try to meet everyone. I usually go out to a few dinners because of the income disparity. Most families pay for my family. Sometimes I splurge and take them out to a really nice place. Usually it's just Outback or something. I do let them pay every once in a while, but it's quick and a cheap meal so they don't feel bad. I have no issue with this and love helping my family. I handle family vacation, bought my mom a car, etc. So I feel like I'm very generous with them. I was coming back to town for the holidays but couldn't stay much this time. My mom said everyone wanted to see me and plan a dinner. After I got into town, I got a text from my mom a few hours earlier to meet in really high-end steakhouse. I was a bit uneasy because it was initiated more expensive meals were rolled with it. Show up to the restaurant, found a huge party. My mom, stepdad, grandparents, etc. Family dinners are usually 6 people roughly, but this was about 20 people. I didn't think of it and ordered dinner, then a neighbor and everyone else offered a toast for being so generous, taking everyone out. I looked at my mom, who was beet red. Appetizers came out. I assumed it's a mission. I immediately said, I'm not paying for dinner. I quickly turned around. Everyone had drinks, ordered a ton of appetizers. This quick math said this was gonna be $4,000 dinner. I got up, threw $100 on the table, and left. My phone was blowing up. I turned it off, went to bed without saying bye. Oh my god. No, not the a-hole at all. What the heck? Didn't even have a conversation. Didn't have nothing. Just was like, hey, come here. And everyone's like, whew, big money ballin'. Okay, but also, if I don't know, if someone were paying for my dinner at a nice expensive restaurant, I don't think I'd be going. So I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's like the whole broke side of me, but I feel like to like order crazy drinks like that, like I would have to hear from them. Like it would have to take me like multiple times with that person to be like, for them to like reassure, like, don't worry, like you can't spend that much, you know what I mean? Okay. I feel like some of these it's like the title's like this big thing and it's like duh. I want to find one that's like kind of like, I don't know, like kind of like a very gray area. Some of these are just like very like obviously oh, this one's an interesting one. I asked how for thinking my friends' wedding expectations were unreasonable after I got to a fully funded master's program. At 26, F was asked by my high school friend to be a bridesmaid about 2 years ago, and I said yes at the time. Since then, a lot has changed, and I recently got accepted into a master's program in engineering with a full scholarship. It's a huge opportunity for me, and the program is extremely rigorous. Classes run through the weekends, and attendance is mandatory. If I miss classes, I could lose my scholarship. My friend lives in California now, and I'm in New York City. We honestly haven't seen each other much in recent years because of the distance. The issue started when my class schedules came out. My first week of classes falls during her bachelorette trip. The trip is Monday through Friday in Las Vegas. Since I'm in New York City, realistically I had extra days too. So as I found out, I kind of admitted to explain that I couldn't attend because missing classes could jeopardize my scholarship. She got extremely excited. She wanted the whole trip canceled if I couldn't come. Now the wedding itself is also in California on a Friday. No one is going to the wedding lives in Cali. I still don't have an engineering schedule for those dates yet, so I don't know if I'm able to attend. Everyone in the bridal party is from New York City, so all of us have to fly across the country within 5 months. Once for Vegas and once to California. Between travel days, PTO, and costs, it would mean at least 9 days off of work, not counting expenses. When I told her I'm unsure about the wedding until I get my class schedule, she said if I drop out of the wedding, she'll kill me and I need to be there. I care about her, I value the friendship, but I'm starting to feel like she expects everyone else to arrange their lives for her wedding. I also feel if I can't feel the pressure will probably be over. You're not the a-hole. I feel like, especially because sometimes like people who, I don't know, sometimes people see education differently and like those schedules differently. Like even with like my mom, she'll be like, oh, you can't do this because it's school. Like just don't go, or just don't this, or like just don't do that for work. And I'm like, hello, it's not that simple. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like especially like if they think that what you're doing is not that big, they tend to just ignore it more. And so I feel like it's definitely a hole on their part. And it comes to a certain point too where it's like you're not asking her to change anything. You're just being like, hey, I don't think I can make it because this is a program that I need to attend to. And obviously, like, like he just expects the wedding to be perfect. It's like, no, there are multiple things that are going on, and if you want your wedding to be a certain way, you have to accept the realities of your wedding being a certain way. If I want to get married like in the most expensive place in the world and go travel and everything, I'm gonna have to accept that the brokies aren't gonna be there, or I'd have to pay for the brokies, or things like that. And if I wanted like, I don't know, maybe like a local wedding, like in my area, like it might be a little difficult for my family in Florida to come, especially gonna be difficult for my family in Nicaragua to come. There's a lot of things to consider, a lot of people that are gonna end up missing out because there's a lot of like differences that happens in life, and a program like this, like that's absolutely an opportunity OP should miss. Yeah. And obviously income's free. Oh yeah, a week-long bachelorette. Yeah, usually they're like a night, no? I don't know. Also, she's the one that waited 2 years, keep prioritizing careers on a friendship. True. Oh yeah, they're also like really far in general, like, you know. Am I the a-hole for blocking my trans partner? So my ex. Okay, it's ex. Yeah, I'm wasting my time. Like y'all broke up. Like, why do you have these clickbait titles? Am I at my flight makes sense and I have asthma. I'm like, no, obviously you're not. Ooh. I just thought you already know that. Like, some of them I just can already tell. Am I the a-hole for walking away when my friend got beat up? Oh, this one's juicy. Am I the a-hole for walking away when my friend got beat up? Can I just say before I read the story that my uncle did this to his friends in high school? And like, that's my favorite story of his because I'm like, why'd you do that? The best part is he started the fight. He started the conflict. Like, oh my god. So they're like, meet me. And he's like, okay. He brings his friends. Other person brings their friends. They start fighting. And then he dips. Like, I don't know how he didn't get his ass beat after that. But anyway, let me read the story. I just wish my life was exciting enough to make one of these posts. Okay. What? All I can say is be careful what you wish for. A lot of context is needed, so bear with me, but I'm trying to display both sides as well as I can. This happened about a year ago, but I want to know if what I did was okay. Alright. It's a fun one, I think. There's a lot of details on it. I, 25, have been friends with an older couple for years. We all met during community theater and regularly go out together, but their favorite things to do is karaoke. This couple, we'll call them Greg and Sandy, who are like second parents to me and a lot of other people in the community. Sandy has a son named Mike, who is 32. While Mike and I went to the same school, he's much older than me that I didn't know him. I have met him a handful of times, but they're primarily when I go to Sandy's and Greg's place for dinner or group to get-togethers. Last Friday, I went to karaoke with Greg and Sandy at their favorite spot. They go every weekend, but I don't always join. Mike rarely joins us. He has been clear that karaoke just isn't his thing. That night, however, he was bringing his new girlfriend to hang out with all of us. Mike's girlfriend, we'll call her Nikki, was only a couple grades older than me in high school, so we knew each other. We didn't know each other well, but we were familiar with each other. I made an effort to be kind to Nikki and make her feel included. So she wanted to come up to the bar and get a drink. She said yes, this bar has more hole-in-the-wall vibe than anything else, so there wasn't a lot of structure to the line to order drinks here, and a woman, we will call her Sarah, cut in front of us. Wait, then, oh no, it was Sandra, right? Sandy. Okay, there's still too many S's. Whatever. Cut in front of us. Nikki scoffed loudly, but I told her it wasn't a big deal because it was just one person. Nikki confronted her. She told her that she needed to get behind, and we were there first. I stood there awkwardly, shocked by Nikki's tone. Nikki got in her face and called her a racial slur. Oh, I was stunned. It was there along the lines of, go back to the back of the bus. Whoa. That's horrid. I just stood there. The other woman did the mature thing and walked away, and I just ordered water and walked away without making a point to sit on the other side of the table away from Nikki. I didn't know what to do. I had never encountered something like this before because I have never ever intentionally surrounded myself with such hectic people. Every time Sarah went up to sing, Nikki would boo loudly and scream F you and other insults. The drunker Nikki got, the worse and louder the insults got. The worse that Greg, Sandy, and other friends were laughing while I was mortified. Looking back, I wish I had said something in the moment, but I was so shell-shocked. No, literally. Nikki and Mike got super drunk. We decided to leave. When I got outside, I saw Sarah and Nikki yelling at each other. Nikki called Sarah another slur, and Sarah punched her. She started beating on her hard. The other bruises tried to separate them, but I just walked to the car. Nikki ended up with a broken nose and several bruises deserved. Next morning, I woke up to several calls and messages from different people in the group, including Nikki, who had gotten my number from Sandy, calling me an a-hole for not stepping in or helping Nikki when Sarah hit her. You're a weirdo. I was receiving pictures of Nikki's bruised, bloody face, trying to guilt and nasty texts from her too. Eventually, she did text me apologize for ruining the night by getting beat up. You ruined it by calling someone a racial slur and insulting them and being horrid and rude. In hopes that we can all go out again and not leave with a broken nose, I wrote a very kind but message to her stating I did not want to be friends with her or spend time with her because I am repulsed by her behavior, extremely valid. That she is not the company I wish to keep. I told her about I'm sorry she is dealing with the bruising and broken nose. That she cannot be surprised that she ended up with them based on her behavior, and that at her adult age she should know that her actions have consequences, and that I wasn't going to stick by my neck on the line literally to defend someone who's in the wrong. Promptly blocked her after sending a message. Period. Getting hate from everyone in the group. I'm so disgusted with everyone's behavior. So I'm like, oh, you're not the whole. And I would not be mad if you ended the relationship with Greg and Sandy, because what? The fact that, like, there's so much racism? Yeah. Crazy, crazy, crazy. This is fake. This is fake. Am I the a-hole for licking a bathroom floor incorrectly? Is there a correct way? Oh, okay. Apparently it's a culture thing. Okay. I kind of read the beginning of it, so let's see what it really says. Okay, so background. In Sweden, we have this thing called Point Hunt, where you do challenges to gather points for your class to win a day off. All challenges have to be recorded and posted in a way to get the freshman to bond. I, 16, male, went all out for this challenge. Okay, 16-year-old freshman. Listen, everyone should deserves an education. But I can tell we're off to a slow start here. I went barefoot the entire day, washed my feet in the school sink, etc. But my friends were also doing ridiculous things, so I didn't mind. It was all a good laugh. Anyway, the due date was coming up and we needed a lot more points. My friends started discussing how we could maximize the challenges doing the most points. One of the challenges was like the school bathroom floor for 500. Decided to man up and do it. Friend and I walked to the bathroom, but I was already a bit sick from having walked barefoot, so I scrubbed the floor right there. There was a big shape on the floor we could see where I had to clean, but I thought they would mind. Didn't have the time to wait for a drive because my lesson started 5 minutes before, so we did record it until a week later the due date. Student council or something like that is counting the points of each class. Student council because it's 17 to 19 rules. Okay, so the whole school's low. They comment on the post and me licking the floor and that it didn't count with any other info. I was kind of pissed I had done it. What do they want? In the middle of my next lesson, I replied, and the paragraph basically consisted of me telling me they didn't like my attitude. What? We're council that here to make the school fun and interesting by licking the floor? That's so strange. Yikes. I think I'm gonna read one more. I didn't realize how long I was reading these for. This is definitely interesting. I really hope I've been recording this whole time. Okay, good thing I have. I just checked. I would have been so sad. Alright. Not right. What was that interesting? Okay, this one's an interesting one. Am I the a-hole? I told my girlfriend I wouldn't help her with chores anymore. At all. Like, you're definitely the a-hole inside all, but I want to see how you try to justify this. Yeah, let's see it. I, 19, male, have dated my girlfriend, 19, female, for 3 years, and we recently moved into an apartment. We told each other that I will work and pay the bills, and she will stay home and clean me and not have to work. Okay, so what I'm hearing is you can feed her, you can starve her. I also told her when I have free time, I will help around. So the other day after dinner, which I told her I could make for her, she declined my offer. After that, I put away her food. Later, she cleaned the oven, the countertops, floor, and cleaned as well as the dishes. No, I didn't know. I didn't do. I know I didn't do all the dishes, but I did most of them, and I put in the pots and pans, hard stuff, in hot water so we could get it off later. Then I had to go to work. Then I got a text from her saying that I helped at all, which told her everything I did, and all she had to do was clean the pot and pan. A few dishes she made after, but she got mad at me for not finishing the job. Continued to say I barely helped, so I told her I apologized. Went back and forth, basically repeated the same thing. Told her if she isn't appreciating, then I wouldn't help. You are the a-hole, and And I know the agreement is that, like, you work, she cleans, but at the end of the day, all she's doing is staying at home and cleaning. That is so draining, no matter, like, how it is. Same thing, like, if you're working all the time, that gets draining, you know? And, like, you're at home longer than you're at work, you know? So it's like, your home is for rest, not for work. I don't know if you get what I'm getting at, but it's like, her role in the home is now starting to feel like a job. So I feel like if she's having that kind of day, I I don't think it's fair to say, actually lied. Obviously, you didn't finish the job, but I don't know if I'm getting it right. I'm also really tired. But yeah, I honestly do think you're the a-hole, and I think like what else is she doing? All she's doing is staying home, cooking, cleaning. Like, that's not a life. And like, is that even what she wants? Like, again, like, if you can meet her, you can serve her. Like, I don't like that. Alright, so oh, it's a good question. Why does she not work? She's in college. There you go. That's why. Oh my god. So you're working at a job, she's working at school. Just because she's studying doesn't mean she's not working. Oh, you are especially the a-hole. Now I hate you. I hate you. Yeah, not marrying your housewife each other. Oh my god, I knew a couple in high school that like talked about doing this. That one's gonna work, one's gonna study college, and that when one of them when that one graduated, they were gonna get a job, and the other one would end up going to school. Now that was like that's such a horrid plan, and I think they ended up breaking up. And either way, like, yeah, definitely there needs to be like a fix up with the conversation because it will never work that way. It's already just like toxic. It's like, why are you staying at home cooking, cleaning on 19? Like, obviously she's in school too, but like, you know, it's like you don't want to fill in that role. And then also, what happens when she finishes school and then goes to work? Then what? Like, are you gonna stop her? You better not stop her. I think we're done. Unfortunately, my storage is almost full. I just got the notification. I'm also really tired. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I got you guys sleepy. I hope you guys knocked out and aren't even watching this at this point. It's just playing in the background. Alright, so there you go. Have a good